I just watched How to Pronounce it. Mauritanian. Last night I watched The Mauritanian on Netflix. It was so crazy how I came across the movie too. I love watching true story movies. This one's with Jodie Foster. What a phenomenal movie. What a phenomenal movie. I was in tears watching it. I was in tears watching it. I related so much to his story. Muhammad Adous, Oldie Salis, in memoirs of his Guantanamo diary, showcased a soul wrongfully imprisoned and tortured, held for 14 years. 14 years. He was held in prison for 14 years without ever being charged. Ever being charged. Tortured. I was in tears. I was in tears. Mauritanian. Alright, it's on Netflix with Jodie Foster, based off a true story. And it is such a good movie. And you know what got him through is his faith. His faith and his religious beliefs to his God. That's what got him through. And I carried such a beautiful understanding of that. And I'm not comparing my story to him by any means, not by a long shot. But I, in different ways, understand the severity of how it feels to be almost imprisoned and silently tortured. Silently out in like the real world. Mental, psychological, and spiritual and physical warfare in different ways have been bestowed onto me for years. In different ways we've gone through it, every single one of us. But it has been outside of this world, the amount of mental torture that they have put me through in different ways. I think about certain scenarios, circumstances, conversations, situations, and I'm like, straight, the only reason why I am still here and alive and breathing is because of God. Like, literally, my life is a miracle. My life is a miracle. And all of those entangled in it, and all of those that know what has been bestowed onto me, and all the little forces and all this, know the magnitude and the severity of things that they have bestowed onto me. It's literally a miracle. It's a miracle. And so I watched this movie in such an understanding of seeing what this man went through and how much his faith carried him through it, and what faith can do when you carry such a strong faith for your God, whoever your God is. And it's amazing what faith can do. Literally, you would die for faith. People don't understand the severity of that, but when you get to a place in your walk where you would totally die for your faith, if somebody said, I'm gonna whatever, would you die for your God? Absolutely. Take me, go ahead, please. Because you know exactly, you believe with every beacon, bone, and blood of your body, you're going on to your next life to sit with your God. And that in itself is a gift. It's a gift. It's an answered prayer to be able to go on to that, And so for entertainment purposes only, again, I don't ever want my videos to make anybody feel any sort of negative way or any scared or anything like that. But this is just, different walks and presence in reference to my story. And so, and he was, at the end of it, he gave a beautiful speech at his hearing, which he was then held 7 more years later, but basically saying that, people fight to come to the United States because it's a country of freedom, whereas where he was from, you had no freedom. The entire government was corrupt, right? And then he got over to the United States, and then he was held with no charges and had no freedom, and the government went against him in different ways. His message and his testimony was so beautiful. I mean, I was in tears. Compassion as a catalyst for healing. Defense lawyer Nancy Hollander embodies righteousness that's not just letter of the law, but spirit-led truth. She approaches Sally with empathy, becoming a bridge between injustice and restoration. Like she had made a comment in the beginning of the movie, like they were holding 700 prisoners, but not any of them were getting trials. Like, when did we become a nation that held people without trial, due process? And that's the thing, is it's so easily swayed now. It can so much go along with things that are happening to this day. And it's just so sad, you know, to the land of the free. I mean, and, you know, in God we trust. And it's just, I have to be careful what I say, you know, and essentially, you know, the main essence and what I carried from the movie, God can transform even the traumatic locations into altars of healing through one voice. And that's truly the essence in reference to this movie. Documentation, testimony, and storytelling from spiritual legacy that outlives injustice. And that's exactly what I am in different ways. I share my testimony. I share, you know, I have my different receipts, but I fight it the way that I fight it the judicial way. Now, whether the judicial system, the law works against me, that makes no difference to me. You know, that makes no difference to me. I feel better sleeping at night knowing I'm doing everything the proper chain of command. The law and order way that they sit at the top and they say that, but they're not doing it. Right? And because I know that I'm doing everything in my willpower, the judicial way, the law and order way, that they have so graciously told us, I feel better. I can sleep at night. I can walk with a pump in my step. You know, I can be funny, you know, and he had so much humor, even in the pits of walking through his treacherous trials and tribulations. He still had humor. See you later, alligator. He said that in it's such a beautiful movie, man. I'm going to get choked up just talking about it because I can relate to it. Like, even in a world right now where I even at times throughout my day, I'm like, am I in a dream? Am I sleeping? Am I in a nightmare? Am I in a beautiful abyss with God? Like, I feel all these different motions throughout my day, right? And I walk with a lightness. I walk with an ease. I walk with humor. Because at the end of the day, I still feel blessed to be able to walk this journey with the connection that I carry with God, the faithfulness that I carry for God, and what Jesus did on the cross, and the Holy Spirit that walks with me, and the source, and the Most High, and the divine. Like, that is good enough for me, right? And so I don't know if this video is going to resonate, but it's a beautiful movie. Let's see if I say it right, the Mauritian, I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry if I did. Pronouncing is not always my forte. It's not always my forte, but I felt compelled to make a video. It was a beautiful movie. And it really resonated with my heart, body, and soul. It did indeed. I love you guys. Thank you for all the love and the support. Loudly, silently. And you know, that's another thing I want to talk about. I don't view anybody as haters, enemies, ops, exes, betrayals, lies, I don't. Everything is just a stepping stone for your elevation. Everything, everyone. Literally, smear campaigns, all this stuff. Like, it literally is just elevation. Everybody's just got to start looking at that. They really do. In every facet of your life, there's going to be hardships. There's going to be trials and tribulations. It's just a matter of what you make of it. And when you build a bond with God and Source and the Most High, and that's all you need to get you through your everyday, you just realize that everything outside of your bond with God and the Most High means nothing. It literally means nothing. It means nothing. Like, it's just, I just hope and pray that I say this all the time in my prayers to God. I hope I'm making you happy. I hope I'm making you happy. I hope I'm making you proud. I say that to him so much throughout the day. I truly, truly do. Because that is the most important to me.